to my
Y'all,
office.
y'all can hear me good and everything?
Yeah.
Okay. I know my background's probably not the best, but
What y'all have to do?
I feel like my camera's too far away.
yeah, that's why I moved mine up the other day. You're all right though. I'm gonna get I gotta get a different webcam. I noticed this webcam's like blurry a lot.
I'm just using the camera off my laptop. Your brother gave me a webcam.
Yeah, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that in the preview, Davo with a clown and me. That's dirty, man. That's dirty.
I had to do something. I was making. I
Damn,
was having some
dog.
fun.
Damn.
You done sent the link?
I'm about to. I'm trying to.
What's he talking about?
It's the thumbnail of the thing. I'll send it to you. Hold on.
Damn, man.
So let me get to it.
Bro, I got to the office yesterday and
If you do join, say what's up. We're gonna start in just a little bit. Waiting on Bryson to get here in a minute.
I got to the office yesterday and I just knew walking in that people were going to just talk to me the entire time. And honestly, it wasn't that bad, but I got into the office and I looked at my computer and they had that picture that I sent over to y'all.
Mute your mic until you get set up here. Your mic's off.
Here.
Good God. I'm gonna mute you for a sec, Bryce. All right. You do join, say what's up in the chat. Give us just a few minutes here.
Preston faces the music, college football. Smart asses. Damn, where the hell is it all at? Oh.
I'm trying to send it to some people.
Yeah, I'm setting everything up here real quick. Bryce, let me see how you sound real quick. There's there's your comment right there, Josh.
Hello.
Yeah, you're all right.
Okay.
You were just moving around for a minute.
Does that sound okay?
Yeah, you're all right.
Okay.
Right a second. Just sit still.
Preston faces the music.
Try not to move around too much.
I got a lot of that.
You didn't have to, I'm surprised you didn't have to work late today.
I joked with them on Saturday. I was like, dog, I feel a little sick right now. I don't think I can make it until the end of January.
I didn't get home. A little after 6. I ate supper and then went for a walk. Came back, was able to take a shower, were able to get my player of the week, which everybody's probably got the same player of the week. Get my picks and get my lock written down.
I don't think we have the same player.
All right. Trying to damn. What's up, brother? I'm going to start here in just a minute. Let me make sure we got everything on my end here because I was working. I was trying to set up my other camera, but it didn't work out. So that's what took me a second. It wouldn't hook up.
I just saw you just said C&BSports posted a story. I wonder what song they got this time.
Yeah. So for some reason, when I post a story on TikTok, it just plays a random song. I don't know why.
And here we.
Hey, y'all like my partner here with me?
Oh yeah,
that's Nellie's. She likes that thing, that little Dracula-looking thing.
It was just a couple minutes. I'm looking to see because I was making sure I had my lock of the week here. I thought I did, but I was busy doing something here.
I'll go ahead and start us off with a big old Go Dogs, Logan. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that. Oh yeah, don't you worry.
He sent me something. I think it was Saturday or Sunday.
Man,
it was Georgia really. I was like, don't send me this shit.
By the way, when we do the lock stuff, the lines are a little bit different on the short book. So I don't have them. They change a lot. So.
Well, I went with the lines that you sent me.
I know. I'm just saying they might be a little bit different on the short
The
book.
rankings are different for sure.
Yeah. All right, boys, we're about to start. If you do join, say what's up in the chat. We're going to start recording for the podcast here. Just a minute. 4-0. Dang right. There we are.
Yeah.
Right.
4-0. Hey, oh yeah, where's the money?
I got it. Do y'all want it sent? Do y'all want it sent right away, or we want to wait till the end? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I got your money. I can send it anytime.
I sent $20 to play for 4 weeks. So
yeah, that's why I got to add up. So I got to see how much.
Return.
Yeah. We'll figure it out after this. I got it all. I got it all in the account. I'm just gonna send it to you whenever. I just didn't know if y'all want it to the end of the season. It's 7 minutes late. Do we already? No, we haven't. We'll get there in just a minute.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go, boys. Oh, you didn't know?
What's your think of? Was he a quarterback?
Your ass better call somebody.
Texas would never be back. I'm putting that shit on my grave. Horns down on my grave, son.
Dabo is going to wheel his boys to a big victory this coming Monday.
Big victory. It's damn Georgia Tech.
That game ain't a top 50 game, man. South Carolina go in there. They're gonna get de-spurred.
Shout out to the boys again, going another 4-0 on the parlay, hitting again. 8-0. We are 8-0 on the season. If you listen to the podcast, you want to win some money, tune in.
No dogs. No tigers.
Roll Tide, roll. RMFT. Roll motherfucking Tide.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the college football weekly matchup, week number 2. Oh, we had a great week, fabulous week of college football. Just a great week for the two people in the bottom right and the top left here. I don't know about the other two. Josh, you got to see it. 17-year-old catching 2 bombs.
Catching bombs. Breaking the tackle.
Out there. Bama looking good the first week, not playing nobody. But, how was your week of college football?
Man, it was great, dude. It was like, man, I don't know, spring break when I'm 17, Christmas morning when I'm 9. I don't know how to relate, how to, compare it to things. But it was great, dude. Just 5 straight days of college football. Saturday was great. Had not a lot of people came. My parents came from the lake house and stayed for a little while. They went back before the Alabama game. They wanted to get back to the lake house, but they came. And then my buddy George, who does Rolling with the Tide on streamcity.org with me, a podcast we do, or a show that we do on the internet radio, he came over, watched the game with me. He left probably late in the fourth quarter. My Georgia fan, my buddy Chris, came over and watched the Georgia game, watched some games with me. I hadn't seen him in a long time. We used to live right close to each other. He used to come over every Saturday, but I don't think I seen him maybe 2 or 3 Saturdays last year. So it was good catching up with him. But, yeah, man, just sat here and watched football, ate a lot of good food, watched damn Clemson shit the bed. I could have went 5-0.
We're going to get to it.
But, yeah.
We're going to save the best for last. Bryson.
Yeah.
Bryson, you went into the week. We're going to talk about it too. You went into the week with all praises high. You got a good, pep talk from Coach Hayes, the one, the only Coach Hayes, and it let you down.
Yeah. Yeah, I should have just stuck with my gut when I said for the very first we started the podcast. I said 2-4, 4-10. Forrest was like, there ain't no way you're going to, going to have 2 wins, 4 wins. He was hyping me up. I should have stuck with my guts. But besides that, great week of football. I'm just glad, like Josh said, glad it's back. And always a good day with Clemson loses. So.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that, we're gonna flash back real quick of what we had, what we had last week before we introduce Preston here. Let's flash back to last week. Previously on week 1 of C&BSports, the weekly matchup.
Say it right here. Not only does Clemson cover the 13.5, they win this game outright, baby. They win this game. They win it in Atlanta. They win it in Georgia's own backyard. They win this game 28-24. Cade Klubnik wins this game. He shows you why he was a great recruit out of high school. He shuts everybody up. Clemson's back, baby. We're going to be the number 1 team in a couple weeks. We're going to be 12-0. We're going to win the national championship. Mark my words, clip it. I don't care what anybody says.
12-0.
Cover, but they win the damn game.
Preston, what do you have to say for yourself?
Man, I was just a little off on that one, to be completely honest. That was rough. Man, there's no words to put in it. That was just not what I thought was going to happen. I was super confident in my team, and I'm going to ride with my team no matter what. That was just not. Oh man, that was rough.
It was.
That would hurt. That would hurt a lot.
It was rough. We've been giving you, we've been giving you crap all week. We got some people in the chat here tonight. Gentleman in the red hat, I just ran out of toilet paper. That shirt is a perfect backup for me. In the red hat, I guess that's me, or is that's Josh? Okay, that's Josh. Yeah,
he's a Georgia fan.
I got you. Okay, and then it says even funnier here in the second time, says Goldman. Clip it. Oh, yeah, we got it clipped, Jared. Definitely got it clipped. Clown, definitely.
Thanks, Trevor.
Yeah. So, yeah, Preston, facing the music. We're going to talk about that game a little bit before we get into our picks. 35-3. Preston, overall, you got a bounce back game this week. Overall thoughts. I mean, you got some teams that lost to the ACC, so there's still some hope. I do want to down on you on your parade. Don't get me wrong, go Dogs. But you got to have some life left. What's your thoughts on the game overall?
I mean, to be completely honest, I'm looking at it in two different forms. The defensive side, even though they allowed them to score 34 points, they scored a lot of those points in the second half. The first half, they held them to 2 field goals. Granted, there were a couple passes that, if they made, maybe they score a couple times in the first half. They didn't happen. The defense was able to put pressure and cause a couple mistakes, get that ball come out a little early. So I'm happy with the defensive side of the ball. I know our defensive line is, elite. I know Peter Woods, everybody else there, the corners, Avion Terrell. I know they're all really good. So I'm okay with that side. Sucks that we allowed 34 points, but they were on the field for the first 70% of 70% of that first half. The defense was on the field, and they held them to 6 points. The offense, on the other hand, in the first half, albeit they're playing Georgia, it pains me to say, obviously they're the best defense in the nation right now. We play in week 1, so there is no tune-up game. You go right into it, right into the belly of the beast. 2 first downs in the first half, 80-something yards total in the first half. I mean, that's just – you play anybody that poorly offensively. Your defense has no time to rest. I mean, you're going to have some, pretty lopsided scores. It's rough. I mean, it does suck. I mean, trust me, I was super, happy with my team going into it. I mean, obviously knowing it, the last couple of years, 3 years, really, I mean, really when I look at 4 years, offensive production has really fallen off. Our receivers haven't been getting, separation as they should. Our quarterbacks don't seem like they're being, taught the same. They're not cut from the same cloth, as Taj Boyd, Sean Watson, Trevor Lawrence, Kelly Bryant, really even. So, I mean, it's just one of those situations where everything kind of just, compiled and everything got really bad in the second half, and Georgia really just put it on them. But, I mean, you got to look at it like this. Our defense is elite. I'm excited to see what they can do. The ACC seems to be down. You got teams like Georgia Tech, Boston College, really doing a good job here. So still win the ACC. You still get that guaranteed first round bye, top 4 spots in the, the playoffs. So we'll see. The goal right now is 11-1, and we'll see ACC championship game. But that's the goal.
Bryson, any thoughts on Georgia Clemson performance?
Yeah, I mean, like I agree with Preston. That defense was looking pretty good at first half, but we all know Georgia's a second half team. It takes Carson Beck a whole half to warm up, and then once he warmed up, they put it on him. I am not surprised from the interception that he came through. There was a prize picks that had 0.5 interceptions. I should have took it, but I didn't want to get too aggressive. But besides that, I really like Clemson's defensive line. They look pretty good on the field. But Georgia, man, they looking strong as ever.
Josh, thoughts on the game? Thoughts on this comment right here? I feel like Dabo is hoping for the buyout at this point.
I mean, if he doesn't adapt to this transfer portal and kind of get in some pieces that he needs, just real quick, thoughts on the game. Clemson shut down Georgia's running game, but give props to Mike Bobo for changing the game plan at halftime, and some adjustments were made, and Georgia and Kirby Smart and staff, they're the best at making those adjustments at halftime and coming out with a different game plan, and they were able to exploit them, spreading the ball around a little bit. He hit a lot of different receivers. I picked Clemson to cover the spread, and I thought that there was a chance that they could. But Cade Klubnik has not improved his game, and just touch base on that comment, Dabo Swinney, if he does not adapt and start getting some plug-and-play guys from the transfer portal, you can't tell me right now that if he was in the transfer portal trying to recruit some guys, that he didn't have a chance at getting Cam Ward or even Brock Vandegrift or any of these guys, that Grayson McCall that's at North Carolina State, like any of these guys. Can you imagine what Clemson would look like with Cam Ward? And then also he needs an edge. He needs an edge rusher, and he needs a playmaker on the side. Three guys he needed to, you got to get what you need. And I think he's gonna be faced with the hard reality of he's gonna have to start doing that. Of course you want to. I mean, there's guys transferring out of Clemson. And he just wants to fill in with high school guys that he recruits, and he wants to be able to build them up. But that's just not the way of college football now. You can fill some voids that you have, which is actually better for the coaches, I think, now. Instead of having to coach up a young guy to fill a void, you can go get a guy that's played 30-something games or 20-something games or even, 10 games, has some in-game experience, and go get him when the portal opens up. So, but, yeah, I think he's safe this year. But I think, at the end of this year when that portal opens up, he better be in it.
Gotcha. All right. Well, like I said, great performance. I'm happy the Dogs won. We'll see. I know we got, not too much of a big game this week. Clemson's got another, what will we see coming up? But, hey, they're favored by a good bit. But let's get into a different game here. Just a couple more things. Miami, beating Florida. Bryson, do you want to talk any about that? I mean, we mentioned a little bit. Cam Ward looking good. Florida's defense looking like the same defense. I don't know if you saw that dude rant. There was one guy that went on a rant on, I think it was Facebook or TikTok or something. I saw him ranting, and it went viral. But any thoughts on Florida's performance and Miami's performance?
I think by the third quarter, Miami had 22 first downs. Defense, man, is just awful. Cam Ward had way too much time in the pocket, put no pressure on him. Mertz going down, concussion, going to be out for a couple weeks.
Interesting to see, though. We get to see.
I do like
Lagway.
We see
Lagway
this week. They get Sanford, the real Bulldogs. Like I said, I'm glad to see DJ come in. I'm pretty high on him, and he's a great recruit out of high school. But defense, man, we got to step it up. And Billy is probably getting fired this year. I don't think there is no doubt about that.
Would it be before the season ends?
No, they'll let him get that win against Florida State. That'll be Florida's third win.
So right now we're fighting for the worst team of Florida. It's going to be us or Florida State. I think it's going to come down to.
Will that game be on cable?
It's probably going to be probably Nickelodeon.
Comedy Central.
True TV. True. That'll be the True TV game.
Yeah, I mean it's just going to be bad, but I hope Mertz gets back healthy quick. But I am excited about Lagway coming in this week. See how he plays.
I thought the real Bulldogs were Mississippi State. Hey.
No, Fresno State.
Yeah, Fresno State. Josh, any thoughts on, was it more of how good Miami was, or was it more of, Florida's just not very good?
I mean, I think they went out in the transfer portal and filled some needs that they needed. I think Cristobal is a good coach. I think he's got the team headed in the right direction. I just don't think they're world beaters by any means. But yeah, Florida kind of shit the bed in Gainesville right there.
Ain't no kind of.
I want to give a shout out to my son Jaden Welcher. He's watching.
Yeah.
And then a guy named Kyle Frank who said "Go Dogs."
Kyle Frank, I did see that. Go Dogs, bud.
Yeah, he's a real estate agent in my area down here. Just did a little job for him today. Told him about the podcast, so I told him I'd send him the link. But yeah, give a shout out to those two guys. But yeah, Miami, I mean, I hate that Florida State making me look stupid, but it's right now it's Miami, and we'll see what North Carolina State does this weekend.
Gotcha. Preston, any other thoughts? Do you think Miami's the best team in the ACC now, or is it too early to tell?
I mean, I think they're, as of right now, they're the best team in the ACC. I mean, offensively, Cam Ward just, he was so calm, cool, and collect. I mean, nothing rattled him, it looked like, in that game. So, I mean, put that together with their use, of the portal for the defensive side. I mean, I think they're definitely a team that you're going to have to go against to play in the ACC championship game, if not in the championship game.
Gotcha. Let's do a couple more things here. We'll go over them pretty quickly before we get into our picks. We have Penn State. They did what I didn't think they'd do. That's one thing I was wrong on. I owned up to. They smacked West Virginia after the long delay. Hey, if they didn't have that delay in that game, West Virginia was going to win.
Wow.
Boy, I tell you, that was straight monsoon coming down over there. But
it messed up on Green, baby.
Yeah,
they were going to win that game.
Yes,
they were sitting there. Wind was blowing their papers everywhere, man. That was hilarious, dude.
Yeah, and then we also had a couple other games here. We had Notre Dame defeating A&M 23-13. I mean, big win for Notre Dame. I know Ryan was happy about that. Josh, I mean, any thoughts of Notre Dame getting that big win? I mean, it's they might be the favorite team to get that last spot in the playoff now. Everybody said they pretty much have a high chance to make the playoff this early. So I saw that one,
I mean, Notre Dame, they do got a favorable schedule. They got some big guys on that offensive line. They look really good in the trenches in that game. I think that Notre Dame, I like the dog about not being in the conference and no matter what happens, they can't get the first week bye. But if you think about it, if they do go undefeated or if they get one loss, if they get the 5 seed, whoever gets the 5 seed will be able to host the playoff game, which will be great for their fans and for their university. And they get to play the group of 5 champion at 12. 5 will host 12. So, I mean, it's really not that bad of a deal if you think about it.
Yeah. I don't know what Logan says. How about Michigan? Yikes.
Yeah, and Oregon.
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah, the Michigan score doesn't show what really happened. The defense stepped up at the end, pick 6, kind of made it. They scored 30.
I know the Oregon game was closer.
Oregon was
10-point game, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, Idaho is no, that shouldn't happen.
Bryson, I know you were excited, or not excited, but I know you were high on the Notre Dame going in defense. You figured they'd play pretty well. I was at dinner during that game a little bit. Brought any other thoughts on the game? I mean,
yeah, I mean, like Josh was saying, I mean, you got a guaranteed spot now, and like Josh said, I mean,
maybe not guaranteed, but yeah,
more likely, like Josh said, you sit that 5 spot, face number 12, you're at home.
Yeah, some other teams.
You really can't ask for anything, more. But defense played good. Very, 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 very good game.
Gotcha. We also had a couple other games here. I don't know if Preston want to mention anything, but USC defeating LSU and Vanderbilt coming up with the upset over Virginia Tech, 34-27. Preston, any thoughts on those right there? I mean, Vanderbilt getting the upset. The USC game, you had Miller Moss coming up with the big performance there. Any thoughts on those two games?
No, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't watch a lick of that Vanderbilt Virginia Tech game. Virginia Tech, though, was a little surprising that they lost to Vanderbilt. A lot of times, or a lot of people going into that game not only picked Virginia Tech to win, but they picked them to be their sleeper pick for the ACC championship game. Obviously, it's not a conference game, but I mean, it's like that's an early game to be losing in overtime, to Vanderbilt. Not a team that you're really, picking. I mean, the SEC, I will say that the SEC did a really good job versus the ACC in this first week, minus like the Florida Miami game.
Josh, like we said, the USC game, Miller Moss, big performance there, and then you had Vanderbilt. I know you were excited to see Vanderbilt win.
Oh, man, I was
any thoughts?
Yeah, man. Virginia Tech returning 19 starters and going. I mean, the only thing I can think of is if they wasn't taking them serious, and Vanderbilt taking the game more serious. But yeah, that game shouldn't even win into overtime. He missed it. He missed the field goal as time expired. Vanderbilt did. But I was glad to see them get the win. USC, LSU, Miller Moss throwing to number 10, looking like Randy Moss out there. That
Oh
dude,
my God, that
that
catch!
dude,
I
that
thought
dude
that
made
catch.
he made 2 catches that should be ESPN number 1 play 1A and 1B. I mean,
I
that dude,
thought that catch was one of the best catches I ever seen.
it is.
Yeah.
Both of them were, but yeah, that one catch was just crazy. Yeah, I think USC's got something going. I like that Miller Moss kid. They interviewed him on ESPN, and I listened to him. He's got a good head on his shoulders. LSU, Brian Kelly. You know,
After the game,
I hope he don't lose the locker room. But this goes back to Notre Dame, and Newsom can probably confirm this. But Brian Kelly likes to blame the players. He and this time he did say at the end he should have started with, "This is on me. I need to coach better." But that I think it was number 6. I forget his number. That guy for LSU, maybe number 2. But he caught a touchdown pass and went up into the tunnel and then came back out, got the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and early in the game,
Lacey.
Lacey early in the game, and it's either you coach that or you condone that. You know what I mean? And to sit there and get mad at the players and talk about we're on the sideline thinking the game's over. We are on the sideline thinking the game's over. No, man, you don't need to do that. You don't throw your coaches under the bus. You don't throw your players under the bus. You didn't have your team prepared. You had all year to prepare them. This is 4 in a row that you've lost season openers. Make it 5 in a row next year. I don't know who the hell they're playing. It doesn't matter to me. He's they're playing Clemson next year. Yeah, make it 5 in a row. 5 in a row. Dabo's going to save his job and beat the hell out of LSU. I'm sick of Brian Kelly. I don't like him. I kind of like LSU a little bit. I got a brother in Alabama. He used to live in Louisiana. He goes for LSU. I got a lot of friends that are LSU fans, and I don't know. I just don't like Brian Kelly, man. And I think the worst thing that could have happened for LSU fans was Brian Kelly upsetting Alabama in overtime, going for it, and that saved his job right there, because I think he'd be on the real. His hot seat would be real hot. It's just a little warm right now.
Yeah. Bryson, go Commodores. Also, South Carolina. Yeah. South Carolina barely beating Old Dominion.
Yeah.
And then also had Oregon barely winning. Any thoughts on that? Any thoughts on any of those games?
We went live for that USC and LSU game, and we had the second half prop bet on a couple
it wasn't even
players.
close, but we were trying to make it close.
We were trying, man. We were thinking of all the scenarios that could happen for us to win our little prop bet. Nowhere near. But Brian Kelly hitting the table was probably the most comical thing I've ever seen. I love it. Great to see that.
It was so fake. It was so fake.
We should have won. Whatever. I'm with Josh.
It looks.
Yeah, I'm with Josh. It looks fake as hell. We. It's supposed to be But besides that, Carolina Old Dominion. Carolina better tighten up. I mean, I know they ain't got the greatest offensive line. You got, I think, in my opinion, you got top 5 running back there. And I don't know if he's going to get his full potential this year with that offensive line. You struggle against Old Dominion. Good luck when you face these SEC teams. But, yeah.
Josh, any thoughts on Carolina?
Yeah, I mean, I was keeping an eye on the score of that game. I just couldn't believe
didn't see it.
That would have been a total embarrassment. That would have been just such an embarrassment.
Yeah. Gotcha. All right. Well, any other thoughts on any other games before we get into it? All right. Player of the week. I don't know if everybody, Josh, you said everybody might have the same player. What did you have for week 1?
I mean, I got a backup if everybody has this guy, but Boise State's running back.
Yep.
Ashton Jinty.
He was good last year too. Yeah.
267 yards rushing and 6 touchdowns.
Went over Georgia Southern.
Georgia Southern, they're not an over team. That was ridiculous. I wanted to go with that guy for USC, but he didn't have no touchdowns. But god dang, he was making plays.
Yeah,
that was mine. Bryson, did you have a player of the week?
Yeah, I ain't gonna try to tip his first name, but I can say his last name, McMillan, receiver for Arizona, against New Mexico State. 10 receptions, 304 yards, and 4 touchdowns. That's pretty tough.
Preston. Player of the week.
Yeah, I mean, I took a little layup here besides the running back. I took Miller Moss, the quarterback for USC. I mean, he went 27-36 for 378 yards. I mean, he was really slinging it around. Like Josh was saying about the stats with another player, didn't have a lot of passing touchdowns, but man, he was effective passing the ball. I don't know how much that's got to do with LSU's continuously weak secondary. It seems like that's always seems to be a problem with them at the moment. So, I mean, they were able to pass it around. He didn't get a lot of passing touchdowns, but I mean, he was very effective throwing that ball. I mean, he made a couple throws that only his players can make, and that's a huge thing nowadays.
Yeah, Grant Nussmeier did have a great game in that game too. Besides, losing the game, I mean, I felt like he played pretty well.
I thought he played good. Emory Jr.
Yeah,
out for the
poor
season.
guy got hurt. Yeah, I saw that. He was running the ball hard too. It seems like every time he starts playing good.
I mean, he waited his turn. He was good. I mean, that dude was a good looking running back in that game. I was like, I was getting worried about it.
He had Billy Napier also going 0-1 to the water bottle.
Yeah, did y'all see that?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude! I just told somebody to get another water, man. Just give me.
Mike, get some hot water.
Just give me another water.
Get him some hot water.
Get him some milk.
Yeah. The only Gator that got alive out of the weekend was Ricky Pearsall. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Ricky.
Yeah.
Speedy recovery. Only Gator to make it out alive. Everybody else.
They said he got shot in the chest.
Yeah, in the chest. I seen a picture. There was a lot of blood.
Yeah, that's wild.
Did you see the Miami players when they were walking off the field to the Florida recruits? Don't go here. Don't go here.
Yeah, I don't know if that really works.
I mean, it doesn't work because, I mean, those players, they want to be there for Florida. But, I mean, it's pretty funny if you think about it.
It's funny.
If they flip one or two of them, that's a big deal.
All right. I can't remember if I had one or not. I can't remember what it was. Anybody want to rant about anything before we get into the play of the week? I know Preston's had enough. He don't even want to go there. We got some Canes over here, he says. Anyway, let's get in. Josh, you got the records down?
Yeah, I do.
Let's get into the games.
You want me to go over the records?
Yeah, I'll just say if you didn't watch last week, if you haven't watched before, every year, the last few years, we have done a pick 'em. We all just pick games. We usually do about 5 games to the spread. It has to be, can't be straight up 7. We usually go up a number, so it'll be 7.5. So somebody always wins, and then at the end of the season, somebody wins. We're going to do something this year. We hadn't decided. Maybe we'll do something this year as far as reward, and then we'll do a bowl. We'll do a bowl pick 'em as well. But Josh, go ahead and give us the records we had for week 1.
Yeah, you, Bryson, and Preston started off sluggish here with 2 and 3. Preston, he picked the Penn State game and the Miami game correct, and he lost Clemson, Texas A&M, and LSU. Bryson picked Georgia and Notre Dame correct, lost LSU, Florida, and West Virginia. You picked Georgia and Miami correct, Chris, and you lost West Virginia, Texas A&M, and LSU. And I went 4-1 with Penn State, Miami, Notre Dame, and USC, and I lost Georgia Clemson game against my better judgment. Damn it, which could have went undefeated. But yeah, I'm 4-1, and y'all are 2 and 3. So I like to. Last year I started off in a hole. I remember.
Yeah, I think me and Bryson both started off undefeated for a little while. We didn't lose a game for a little while, and then we fell apart. But we'll have to bounce back this week. I know. I felt good about my picks this week. I think this one's more. I could see myself going 0-5 this week. I could see myself going 5. Now, there's some tough games this week. They're not too many big games, but we'll go ahead and get to the game here. The games here is going to be our week 2 pick'ems. The first game we chose, we got 5 games here. First game we chose Saturday at noon. We got Arkansas at. I didn't write down the new rankings. If anybody knows the new rankings, I had at number 17 Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State favored by 7.5. Anybody know what they moved to in the rankings?
I think 16.
Okay, 16. Anyway, anybody if y'all have the new rankings,
most people just moved up like one spot. Oregon dropped down a few, but Florida State being knocked all the way out made it where some teams moved up. And I know Georgia Tech got put in.
Gotcha. 7.5. Oklahoma State's favored by. Bryson, we're going to lead off with you. What do you think about this game? Who are you taking in this one?
Man, I'm gonna go Oklahoma State. Arkansas played another team in Arkansas, but it was like a very small school. Started off very
Pine Bluff,
sluggish.
Arkansas.
Yeah, that's right, Pine Bluff.
Pine
That's
Bluff.
right. And started off sluggish, but like second half they heated up pretty good. But Oklahoma, I like them in this game. I see Oklahoma winning by 2 touchdowns in this game.
Oklahoma State, yes. Preston.
Yeah, I mean, I think both of these teams are, pretty good. I think they're both, slight, well, obviously Oklahoma State's a bigger threat in their conference to win it. I like Arkansas to keep this game close. I mean, I think Oklahoma State wins it, at home. I think they win it, a pretty close game, but I like Arkansas to keep it close. I like Arkansas plus 7.5.
I agree. I'm giving Josh the benefit of the doubt since he won last week. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt going last. Yeah, I'm going with Arkansas as well. Not the greatest defensive team. They're replacing KJ Jefferson, but they got the good young guy, Taylor Green, over there at Arkansas. I like him. I'm choosing Arkansas to lose this game, but I think they're going to just, lose by just enough. I think they're going to lose by 31-27. I got a little bit higher scoring game. Oklahoma State's going to win. Ollie Gordon, might be the best running back in college football. So it's a tough one to stop. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to take Arkansas plus the 7.5. Josh, what you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Oklahoma State here. I think Gundy gets his guys up for this game against the SEC. I think Oklahoma State's on a mission to make the playoffs. I know that they probably think not too many Big 12 teams are going to get in. So I think they're gonna win by 2 scores. So I went with Oklahoma State.
Gotcha. Next game, we're going to the biggest game of the week. Probably the biggest game of the week that's going to be played at noon again. Always the big games at noon here. We're going Saturday. It's going to be number 4 Texas at number 9 Michigan. Another 7.5. Texas is favored by 7.5. This is a tough game for me here. Michigan, they didn't look, too great. Texas, they got some injuries. Josh, we're going to lead off with you here. We're going to let you lead off since you went the last one. Who you got?
Yeah, for Michigan's fans, for their sake, I'm hoping that Michigan was looking ahead to this game. But I think Texas is kind of picking up where they left off last year a little bit. I know they're replacing a little bit. We got to see Arch Manning play, which all the Texas fans. How would you feel if you're Quinn Ewers and you got Arch Manning comes in and the crowd erupts?
First touchdown.
But I'm going to go with Texas here. I think, just based off of how Michigan played and how Texas played, and I just think Texas is the better team. Michigan's replacing a lot, but Michigan's defense is good. Look for this to be a low-scoring game, I think.
That's what I'm thinking, too. I think I could see a low-scoring game here. Defensive battle, but I don't know, man. This is tough. I think I'm going to go with you. I think I'm going to go with Texas. I wrote down I wasn't sure what I was going to do here. It was kind of more I think it's going to be right around 7-10. Could even be 3. But Michigan does have some losses from last year. We got to see. I don't know how they're going to do airing it out as far as the quarterback play. I know the defense is still good, but I just like Texas overall as a more complete team, I think.
Well, if you play 2 quarterbacks, you're not going to win. I don't care who you are.
Say that again?
If you play 2 quarterbacks, you're not going to win.
Oh, no.
That's what Michigan did. They was running both quarterbacks out there.
Yeah. Preston, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the same sentiment. I think Michigan is a good team, but I think, like you said, Texas is the more complete team, especially at this moment. I know this game's going to be in the big house, but Texas, I don't think the big, the big crowd, the loud noise is going to really affect them too much. And the Big 12 plays a lot of games at noon as well, so I think they're pretty used to that. For when they were in the Big 12, I like Texas to win this game and cover the spread minus 7.5.
Bryson.
Oh, is it horns down or horns up, buddy?
Sorry, I must have muted my mic. Apologize. I hate to do it. God, I hate to do it. I hate them. I hate them with a passion. Probably the worst hated team, but they're too good right now. I'm going with Texas. Uh, they should win this game, no problem. Michigan did not impress me last week, but Texas, like everybody else saying, Texas looks more complete football team right now over Michigan. So give me Texas. I don't know how many times I'm going to take them this year. That's one, but I'm going Texas.
Clay, keep the counter going. Bryson has taken Texas for the first time this year. That is one. Well, you'll take him one other time when they play Florida if we have that game on here. So, anyway, let's get to the next game. We got 7:30 game, night game here. Tennessee at NC State, another 7.5 game. Tennessee favored by 7.5. Preston, we're going to lead off with you here. Who you got?
Yeah, I mean, I think NC State's one of those teams that they're always gritty. I don't think they're completely talented from the bottom of the top of the roster. I think that they're good. They've got a lot of guys that work really hard to get to where they're at. I think Tennessee's better. I really do. I know Tennessee's gonna have to travel to NC State. NC State's not a tough place to win in. Those fans, NC State is probably I think they're the worst fans in ACC. They're all talk. I don't like them. I hate NC State. They're probably my least favorite team in the ACC at all of all time.
We will be replaying this back. Do y'all play NC State this year?
We play them every year.
Okay, thought so.
All right, hold on. Who'd you take?
I'm taking Tennessee minus 7.5.
We'll save that clip.
What did he say about NC State? I'm sorry, I was trying to look at something.
He was talking bad about their fans, saying it's the hardest place, or saying it's the easiest place to play, stuff like that. He's going to regret it. Any NC State fans out there, go get him.
There's no real NC
State. Is this game at NC State?
No, they play us at Clemson in 2 weeks.
No, I'm saying, is this game at NC State?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, NC State's coming. They're
coming to
Death
Clemson.
Valley.
They come to a real environment.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. I like both teams here. I know NC State wasn't great last week. They got supposedly what's supposed to be a great quarterback in McCall. And then the receiver, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, Concepcion or whatever his name is, called a couple touchdowns last week. But Tennessee's loaded. They probably might have the best defensive player in the country in Pierce. And then they got, the rookie, another freshman quarterback that's hyped up. Some people say he's already the best quarterback in the nation. I don't know about all that. I hadn't seen him too much yet. They got Dylan Sampson over there as well, who rushed for over 100 yards and a couple touchdowns last week against a no-name school. And they got my boy Squirrel White. I like Squirrel. I just like the name. But I'm going to take Tennessee in this game. I think it's going to be could be a high-scoring game here. Another one. I'm going to take Tennessee to win 35-24. I think NC State just doesn't have enough to get them. So, Josh, who you got in this one?
Well, I really like that Grayson McCall dude, and I think this is a real big game for NC State. I think they're going to come out ready to play. I think their crowd's going to be loud. Their crowd's going to be great. Their fans are going to get it done for NC State. I got NC State. I got NC State. I think NC State's going to win.
This would be a big win. Big loss for Tennessee, too. Big loss for him. Bryson, who you taking?
Yeah, I'm going with Tennessee. I really like McCall. I think he's a great quarterback. But I think Tennessee's got, like you said, their freshman quarterback very good. And Dylan Sampson is pretty damn good, and Pierce. But I think Tennessee's a more complete team right now than North Carolina State, so give me Tennessee.
Yeah, I think both. I know Tennessee, I want to say they're more questionable in the secondary, but their defense is not as bad as it was a few years ago. Yeah. So, hey, they did, the Tennessee is one of those teams that could be a dark horse if they can keep it all together. You never know. We had, what did we say in the chat? We have a bet going on here between Preston and his coworker here. He's saying Wolfpack will win against Clemson. Uh-oh.
So to be on the record here, Josh, you took NC State. All of us took Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh boy.
All right, let's get to the next game.
Seen that story
Another.
before.
Say again.
We've read this story before.
Yeah. Saturday, another game, 7:30, Colorado at Nebraska. Nebraska, another 7.5 game here. Are all going to be 7.5. I'll lead us off here. Like I said, I think this is going to be another high-scoring affair. Both good quarterbacks over here. Travis Hunter, Nebraska, well, they looked pretty good last week, but who knows? First time I've never seen them. I feel like I haven't seen Nebraska beat somebody that bad in a while. Nebraska lost this game last year by a good bit. I want to say they lost by 2 or 3 scores against Colorado last year, but I think this could be, they're going to get up for this game. It's going to be a different story. Nebraska should be the better team here. But I think it's going to be close enough. I'm going to take Colorado plus 7.5. I think Nebraska is going to win 38-31. So give me Colorado. Bryson, who you got?
I'd like the over in this game. I'm going with Nebraska. Colorado's secondary, when they played their last game last week, did not look good to me at all. Linebackers, just this whole defense to me looked very, very weak. But kind of pissed me off. The way they celebrated looked like they won the damn national championship. I mean, congratulations, barely beating North Dakota State. But I got Nebraska in this. I like Dylan. I don't know his last name, Ravioli, something like that. I see him picking away their secondary. So give me Nebraska and the over. I like the over.
Yeah, Preston.
Yeah, I mean, I'm agree with Bryson on that one. I do like the over here. I think there's gonna be a lot of offense. I think Nebraska's quarterback's really good. I'm reading ahead of myself. I think Matt Rule is a great coach. I think he's gonna do a good job here at Nebraska. I think he fits that program better than when he was at Baylor. He did a lot of good things at Baylor too. So I mean, he just didn't do a great job in North Carolina. So I think that I like Nebraska to get the job done here. I think I like that they're home. I think they've got that it factor right now. Not that same it factor that's going to carry them deep in the season, but I think it's going to be, what they can use to win games like this. And I mean, obviously you got Travis Hunter, and Shadir Sanders, and obviously they're great players. They're going to make a huge impact in this game, but I like that Nebraska, is probably going to get it done here. So I like Nebraska minus 7.5.
Josh, who you got?
Well, I'm going to go with Nebraska here.
I'm the only one.
Yeah, you're the only one.
And I can't stand him, and I'm the only one that took him. This is us.
Hey, Travis Hunter played like 119 snaps last week.
Yeah.
I don't know how long he's going to hold up doing that. I said the same thing last year, but I just don't know, man. The more plays you're out there, the more chances you got of getting hurt. I'd really hate to see that for that guy, but yeah, those two are they're a 2-man team like that. Shador, Shiloh Sanders, he's not.
Jimmy Horn Jr.
Jimmy Horn Jr. is good.
Love
Yeah,
that
he is
dude.
good. Yeah, I think Nebraska's going to win big. So I got.
Yeah. We'll see. I kind of thought about it for a little bit, but I think this is going to be a close game. I think both teams can be up for it. Let's get to the last game here. I kind of didn't know what to do for the last game here, so I just wanted to make everybody happy.
I like this game.
Everybody likes this game. Kind of a big spread, Hey, Clemson they got blown out by the number 1 team, obviously, but
you guys
it is
a
big
that.
spread here. Appalachian State at Clemson. Clemson favored by 17.5. Since we already know who he's going to take, Bryson, lead us off.
Yeah. I mean, make it 2 for 2. You know who I'm going to take. I'm going to Appalachian State. I mean, granted, we're going to fake Death Valley at 8:00. App State ain't worried about it. They're Power 5 killer. Y'all probably didn't watch them last week, but I watched them a little bit. Joey Aguilar looked pretty good, very good in the pocket. I said this last time when Appalachian State went to Texas A&M. I said I don't think they're going to win. I think they cover, and wouldn't you know, App State won. I'm gonna say it again. I don't think Appalachian State wins this game, but I think they keep it close, more than 17. Give me Appalachian State.
Won't you be bold, man?
And
Say they're gonna win.
You said that last time, and I changed my mind. So I'm gonna go again. App State's winning the game. Upset of the year.
Preston, and we know who you're taking, but
So let me just ask something real quick, Bryson. Did you say the fake Death Valley? Is that what you said? Well, I understand that your team can't win at LSU, but the real Death Valley is in Clemson. The record stands for itself. Nobody comes into Clemson and wins games there. I'm sorry. It just doesn't happen. Look at the stats. Secondly, I don't think that Clemson is going to lose this game. I don't think that it's, relatively close. 17.5 points is a lot of points, and an offense that I still haven't had any faith in for 3 years, and I sure as shit don't have faith. They didn't do a lick of shit on Saturday, okay? I have no faith in this offense until they show me they can do something. There are a couple good offensive players on this team, but until Cade shows me that he can throw a ball and complete it accurately, consistently, that Phil Maffa can get – not Phil Maffa, but the offensive line can find him a hole that he can run through, that our receivers can find separation to get, plays down the field and give our defense a damn break on the sideline. Until that happens, I'm not taking a spread over 7.5 fucking points. That's ridiculous. 17.5 points. I think Clemson wins the game, but I like App State to keep it within that point. I think 17 is a perfect number for them. So App State plus 17.5.
Oh, hell.
I'm glad I didn't hold it down.
Wow.
Oh, hell.
4 years of no offense. I'm not putting faith in them now. That shit just doesn't change. What happens? If you keep having the same result and thinking something's going to change, that's the definition of insanity. I'm not putting my eggs in that basket.
He's doing reverse psychology here. Everybody knows what he's doing here. He knows what he's doing.
Next week, I told you.
I knew they were
good. I will say App State, they gave up the most rushing yards in the Sun Belt last year. They were bottom 10 in giving up rushing yards in college football last year. Phil Maffa's going to rush for 200 yards. And Clemson will win this game. I got them 35-17. I think they just cover. I think they're going to put up. I think they're going to be ready for this game. So I think Maffa's going to have a big day. I will be taking him on every prize pick I can, every DraftKings lineup I can. Phil Maffa is going to be. I'll go ahead and lock him in as my player of the week next week. Phil Maffa. Josh, who you got?
So you going Clemson?
I'm going Clemson. No, it's a lot of points, but I'm going Clemson.
Well, you make a point there with the Russian defense. With the rush defense, they played. App State played East Tennessee State.
They gave up. Excuse me, I had that. They gave up 127 yards in the loss.
They gave up 183 rushing yards.
Yeah, excuse me. That was just the one guy. Sorry.
183 rushing yards. But I like that Aguilar guy for App State, man. I think they can air it out. They have 500 yards of offense.
Could be a sneaky over here.
I think Clemson's weak point on the defense is their secondary. I think Georgia kind of exposed that a little bit. I think this is more like a 14-point game, maybe even a 10-point game. Clemson's going to be ready to save face. Appalachian State, if they want to be the, aren't they in the group of 5? Yeah, if they want to be
not in a group of 5, but they're. Are you talking about like the small?
They're not an FCS school. They're not FCS.
Yeah, they're FBS. You're right. Group of 5.
Yeah, so I mean, this would go a long way for the committee resume if they could beat Clemson. But I don't think they will. But I got them to cover the 17.5, and I hope it don't come back to bite me. Kind of like that Georgia Clemson game. Hope this don't come back to bite me. But you're the only one that took Clemson, Chris. You're the only one that took Colorado. The only one that took Clemson.
We're either gonna have a good week or a really bad week, boys. We'll say again.
I'm about to say, like you said, you're gonna have to either go with, what did you say, 5-0 or 0-5 or something like that.
Yeah, 5-0 or 0-5. All right.
I got you going 1-4, Chris. I got you going 1-4. We're gonna win that Texas game, but all the other ones are picked different from me. So I got you going.
I'm more nervous about that. I'm more nervous about the Texas game than any of them. I think Michigan can keep it close, but we'll see. Anyway, lock of the week. Boys, we did it again.
We're 4-0, starting off 4-0.
We started off 4-0 again. Everybody.
So when you put these, do you place these bets tonight as far as what the lines are?
So the line, I can tell you what. Let me go ahead and pull up the other lines to tell you if they're different or not. While y'all,
because I got a line. Like I'm going to go with the game and the line. I like where the line is on this the ESPN betting app. I like where the line is for the spread of this game.
So I do have to go offshore, so it's probably going to be different, but we'll see how different it is. Could be better, could be worse. While I'm pulling that up, Preston, we had a little bit of a sweat to your game last week, we ended up pulling it. Hey, I will say what we should have done. We should have just took your West Penn State. You wanted Penn State. Should have just did that, and then I should have just took Clemson, Georgia under. We'd had no sweat at all. But because that was going to be my second pick anyway.
You got a little sweat though.
Yeah, Josh
made it interesting, dude. I was on the edge of my seat watching that game.
Oh boy, I was
like you said. That was nobody expected that we had to have Boston College to slow down their scoring.
Yeah, I was sweating. I was sweating the Penn State and West Virginia under. We barely got it too. It was like 8 minutes. They needed one score. Me and Clay was watching that game. I don't know how I got that one either. Josh, what game were you going to pick for the lock of the week?
I'm going to go Georgia Tech -2.5 against Syracuse.
You take yours?
Did I take yours?
Damn right, you took mine.
Yeah, man. Don't worry. We can figure it out. If nobody don't have one, if we can get another one, we'll figure it out.
What did you say again? I'm sorry.
Georgia Tech -2.5 at Syracuse.
Damn.
Josh, Bryson, you had that too?
I had the over under. I was going to do that, but I got.
Hey, we got a couple of backup picks here.
I got.
Damn, I didn't expect. I thought that was like, nobody's gonna look at this game.
That's what I was thinking too.
I mean, Josh, do you have does anybody have a backup pick?
I got a backup.
Well, no, I ain't got no backup pick.
I got a backup.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll go with. Let me see what the spread is. While we're doing that to make sure it's the same. Bryson, what do you have?
I like the over in the App State Clemson game. I believe last time I saw it was 51.5. Could be wrong. I got to go back and see. Sorry, 53 and a half.
Okay, it is. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and put these in. It is 2.5, Josh. So that's what we're going with.
All right. And what's your lock, Bryce?
I'm going over 53 and a half App State Clemson.
What time do they play?
8 o'clock.
All right, let me find it. Hold on just a second. Okay, it is 53 on here. Do you still want to go with that?
Cool with it.
All right. So it's going to be 53 on here. All right, and then Preston, do you have one or you want me to go ahead and give mine?
Go for yours. I'm looking at it right now.
All right, I'm going to go with we're going to go with another over. I'm going to go over. It's going to be a lot of points. I'm going over 59 Colorado, Nebraska.
I like that.
Damn it.
That's crazy. We all going 2 set for the Georgia. Preston, what were you going to take? Were you going to take?
Thinking for a minute.
I was going to take Georgia Tech -2.5.
Does anybody? I mean, if you wanted to do that one, if anybody has a backup,
Kansas,
give them that one.
Kansas -5.5 over Illinois.
I like it.
I saw that one too. I was looking at that one actually, so I don't mind that one. Yeah, it is going to be 5 on here, so you'll get even better. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm actually going to go ahead and bet it now, so we'll go ahead and have it. So we got Georgia Tech -2.5, Appalachian State, Clemson over 53, Colorado, Nebraska over 59, and the Kansas Jayhawks -5. Lock it in.
Lock it in.
All right, it's $20 to win $240. So if we win, we're all doing $5. If we win, we'll all win $60.
Did we all pay $5 last week, right?
Preston didn't, but I'm letting Preston get in. He said he had his notifications on. So either way, you'll get $60.
Yeah. Like I said, I'll send that money right now. It ain't a problem.
No, I ain't worried about it. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But anyway, locks of the week. Looking forward. Hopefully, we can win again. Start off 8-0 one more time. We also have the NFL starting up this week. Looking forward to that. Got a big game tomorrow, Chiefs and Ravens. I am going to put up a prize pick, what I think, if it hasn't changed, I think it's a very good bet on prize pick. So I'm going to put that up on TikTok, hopefully maybe this evening or tomorrow morning. And, yeah, looking forward to another good week of college football. Sorry, Preston. Sorry, we had to. If nothing else bad happened, hopefully Clemson can come in. I'm rooting for you this week, Maffa. Hopefully, they can come in and roll, so we don't have to, go at you again. Yeah. Any other thoughts, Bryson? Who's Florida got?
Sanford.
That's right, Josh.
So fun fact.
Oh,
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Bryce.
I feel like I know where
Okay.
he's going.
So fun fact with this, we're projected to beat Sanford. ESPN has us at 98%. Okay, the last 10 games for Florida's season, ESPN has us losing every single game. We don't have any win percentage the last 10 games. So, like I said earlier, shout out to Coach
Better win this
Hayes. God bless you. Yeah. God bless your soul, Coach Hayes. You helped me out. But I should stick with my gut. 2-10, or 4-8. But just like throwing that out there. So if you, Ryan Newsom, I know you took Florida money line on Miami. I appreciate that, but that was a bad idea. But no matter what, go Gators.
Yeah, I can't believe he did that one. That was tough. Josh, who's Bama got?
South Florida.
South
Hey,
Florida.
watch out. Couple.
That was a close game last year, wasn't it? I think y'all beat them down.
6-0 going into half.
No, it was 17 to 3.
Yeah,
I think
but it was close for a while.
But it was Milroe didn't start that game. They had a lightning delay. The storm was bad.
That was an option.
The camera angle was awful because
the camera angle was on top of the press box, and all you seen was this part of the field. You couldn't see either end zone, and I was so ill, dude, and we were playing like crap. And their coach has already kind of ran his mouth a little bit earlier in the preseason talking.
Yeah, I thought about
us. They got to play us like we don't got to play. They got to play us, and that coach is the offensive coordinator from Tennessee from 2020 to 2022 when they beat us. So it's a 31-point spread though.
If it wasn't a big spread, I thought about locking in the -31.
Alabama covered the spread last week twice.
Yeah, I might bet.
Real quick. I just want to touch on Florida State real quick, and I cannot remember the last time a school has opened up twice or opened up 2 games in a row against a conference opponent. Their first 2 games were conference opponents, and I can't remember the last time that's ever happened.
I think we did it like 5 or 6 years ago when we started out the season in Atlanta versus Georgia Tech. And I feel like the next game was also a conference game.
Yeah,
we didn't even mention that. I forgot all about Florida State. I mean, they're just so far out of memory. They look so bad. I mean, DJ missed that one pass, and it just pissed me off so bad.
They got to put the other quarterback in. I feel bad for DJ.
I really do, and I still think this. I think if he did not throw that ball towards the end and they drive a little bit that last play, and they would have got down 21-0, I think there was I thought they were going to put him in.
I mean, I kind of feel bad. I feel bad for DJ. His accuracy is not good, but he did make some good throws. But that offensive line is horrible, man.
Yeah,
they're not giving him no kind of time, and I don't know.
I don't know if he just loses confidence or what, too. I mean, maybe I don't know, because there's some passes he throws good.
Look, I don't know if he has that it factor, and I don't know if my quarterback has the it factor. I know that my quarterback's a good leader. My quarterback's very athletic. My quarterback can throw the ball really accurate downfield, but I don't think he has that split-second decision-making when he gets the ball. I think it's almost a panic mode he goes into, it seems like, when he gets the ball. It's not cool and calm. And I seen the backup come in, and he was able to play. Unlike when Nick Saban was there, the backup would come in and just hand the ball off. But this coach is playing all kind of guys, and he brought that backup in, and he was making throws. And I mean, it was Western Kentucky. It was late in the game, but just his decision making. I was really impressed with Ty Simpson. But yeah, that's my only bone to pick with Jalen Milroe is that I thought he would have improved over the offseason with this guy, and I just think he's improved as much as he can. I think he's hit his ceiling as far as decision making with the ball and split decisions. I think he's going to do a lot of running this year, and I mean that's good because he's very athletic.
Yeah, I'm excited to see when we get to see the a big game. Have Bama on one of these big games. See what they can do here, and not playing the early games. Georgia I know Georgia had a big game last week, but it's going to be interesting once we get to that Georgia Bama matchup. I mean, it's going to be very interesting.
And another thing that happened in the Alabama game, pregame warmups. The left tackle Caden Proctor, who transferred to Iowa, came back, started every game last year for Alabama, came back, won his starting job back at left tackle, dislocated his shoulder in pregame warmups.
Dang.
Yeah.
Out for the season?
Out 4 to 6 weeks. Out 4 to 6 weeks. So that kind of threw our coaching staff for a loop, and I think we're going to have the right tackle that started the whole game Saturday. I think he's going to move to left tackle, and there's going to be another competition at right tackle. Because left tackle is very, very important.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Any other thoughts before we end it here and get ready for week 2? Bryson?
I was talking to Coach Hayes. I know we try to get him on the podcast tonight. He did say he wants to try to do the Florida Georgia week, if that's possible.
That's perfectly fine.
He said that meant a lot to him. So
that's perfectly fine. He can even he's even welcome to come join us at the house if he wants to, and be
that's a long ride for him, but
it's a long ride. But he can come on stream. That'd be cool. All right. Well, appreciate everybody watching. Make sure you like, subscribe on YouTube. Follow, download the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We'll be back for week 3 next week. Also, make sure you check out the TikTok. I'm going to post some NFL stuff. Post my lock of the week on Prize Picks. And, yeah, look forward to week 2 of college football. Appreciate you watching. Peace. All right, boys and girls. Appreciate y'all coming out tonight in the chat. Everybody in the chat tonight. And I didn't show too many chats the whole time, but this is one of my prize picks here that we are going to have on there. Yes. Logan King. Thanks, fellas. Appreciate it, man. We are going to. Did he already take off his headphones? Can he hear us? Okay. Anyway, we're going to end the stream here. I'm going to talk to them for a little bit before we go. But yeah, appreciate everybody hanging out. We'll see y'all next Wednesday. Peace.